Hi everyone, my name is Roseanne. I'm an agripreneur. Here I'm doing fly farming, black soldier flies. And come, let me show you what that entails. Lovely! This is gold, brown gold, brown live gold. My journey began in 2013 when I started questioning the usefulness of being in a job where you're supporting young and vulnerable children, but once the critical period hits when they want jobs, there are none that are available, and formal employment is usually very much problematic. So I took a step out of formal employment and came to explore the area of enterprise development. I knew that pigs was a niche that I could come into, and so I set up the piggery unit with the aim of demonstrating how profitable pigs can be. I wanted a unit that is really well, that does not waste anything. And so what happened is that I went to Isipe to get information on how to process the pig manure into insect farming. But Isipe told me that there are better ways of making the insects, and they introduced me to the black soldier fly, which became actually more very well connected with the pigs, because then the pigs would have a continuous source of protein as well as manure in which we can now use for the farm. The black soldier fly will give you from 500 to 1,500 eggs per female. And those eggs, we incubate them in a substrate of waste that we have prepared so that we can get the eggs and hatch them. It takes 3 days for the egg to hatch, and once the egg has hatched, the small larvae start eating the waste immediately. From the hatch date, it takes about 14 days, going through 3 different stages, Insta1, Insta2, Insta3, and they gain weight very, very quickly. By about Insta4, it is time for you to harvest them as feed. That means that you can actually feed them already to the chicken and to the pigs. Fish also do very well with black soldier flies. We always leave 10% of what we have grown as larvae in order to continue perpetuating the colony. And those ones take another 2 weeks. They get into the pupa stage and they emerge into flies. Once the fly has emerged, it takes about 10 days with a diet of water only. And during that time, it gives you the eggs that will then now begin the process all again. According to research, black soldier flies are equal in protein, equal if not superior in protein to fish meal and soya beans. But there is a general movement to move more towards sustainable sources of protein, and the insect sources become very, very aligned to that. We have also competition between protein sources. If we look at fish, fish is eaten by humans. Fish is looked for as a source for animal feed, and if we can be able to separate and leave have direct streams, then also the cost of feed production would also come significantly down. And the amount of resources that go into creating a kilo of black soldier flies is actually significantly lower than the amount of resources that go into farming, say, 1 kilogram of fish. So again, it is about sustainability, it is about responsible consumption and responsible production, and it is about also care of our environment. The fact that we are using waste, or what is seen as waste, to become a valuable input into the process is also a very big opportunity, because through the black soldier fly farming, you're converting it into a high value product, thereby holding the value of the products into the economy for much longer. So that is also pretty good. There's also quite a lot of opportunities in youth and women employment creation. We have a working team of about 7 people, 50-50, women and youth. And during peak times, like during harvesting, we usually take in extra labor as casuals, and thereby also contributing to the local community that we live in. This unit is a learning unit. And so we've been engaging the local community, and they've embraced a lot on the black soldier fly farming. It is very profitable for them to do this and have it as feed for their chicken in the homestead, thereby getting nutritious food for their families, as well as surplus, which they can then sell and improve their household incomes. For anyone who would like to venture into black soldier fly, I would say go for it. I think this is the direction of the future. Making valuable resources from small inputs, looking at things that are looked at as waste and turning them into higher value products, and products that are within the cycle of nature, and thereby ensuring that lots of chemicals and things like additives are avoided in the production process. The end result of our process is actually organic manure. And that also then goes back into the farmlands, and the farmlands become much more productive and much more pest resistant. There is an element of healing of the soils, and so it makes the whole thing quite healthy, quite sustainable, and also good for the pocket. And this has been my story in the black soldier fly space, contributing to climate smart agriculture. And I'd like to know your story on what you're doing in the same space. Tell me your story.
Coming up, a preview of next week's feature story. But before then, remember to hit the subscribe button below for more insightful stories.
Hey guys, I'll be sharing my story as a herb agripreneur. Find out how I got conned, but I survived. See you next week.